Morning, YouTube. Welcome back. Today's a little different thing. This is a video out of necessity. Anyhow, I got this Vizio TV, the cheap, junky ones that everyone buys for 200 bucks. Yeah, but I actually had it for a while, maybe 10 years, and it just quit working the other day. So we're going to tear it apart and see if we can fix it. Stay tuned. Okay, so this is a Vizio. You can see M43C1. And when I plug it in and turn it on, hang on a second. Okay, so I got her plugged in, and we got a power button here. When I turn it on, it gets this bright light there, and nothing happens. I guess what's supposed to happen is that gets dimmer and turns off like it just did. That's whenever the TV's ready to come on, and you should see, that Vizio thing or whatever, no signal. If you shine a bright light here, if the backlight's not working, if you shine a bright light here, you'll see an image, but I see nothing when I do that. So, okay, let me tear it apart. Let's tear it apart, take the back off of it, and see what's in it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is pull the power cord out. Had to move my whole computer with transistors and make some room here. So what I'm going to do, I'll do like a fast forward. I'm just going to remove all these screws all the way around the edges, and then there's for the 2 feet. You take these 2 feet off. I'm not sure if I have to take these off. Probably. Okay. Whew. I think I should have had a few more screws in there. Can't get this one to come out, but I'll get it out. All right, let's see what happens when I try to pick up on it. Sure feels like there's still a screw in there somewhere. But I can assure you there is not. Try not to swear on this video. Ah! Yeah. I don't think I broke anything. Okay, the back is off. Oh yeah, so you gotta watch here because you got these switches, the power switch and stuff. So what I'm going to do for testing purposes is I'm going to take this off so that I can get this out of my way, the back out of my way. Take this, the switches, so I can turn it on and off. Well, I could just use the remote, maybe. Yeah, it's only 2 screws. Let's see what happens. Seems like it's going to come off. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just some switches. I feel like I broke something here, but maybe not. All right, we'll get this out of the way. Okay, so what have we here? Well, just in general, this looks like a power supply board to me. This looks like something unknown. This looks like a processor board of some kind. I'm going to guess this looks like the display driver, maybe. A couple of speakers. wonder if this is like the Wi-Fi module or something. Anyhow, we don't have problems with the Wi-Fi. We got problems with the TV turning on. So the light comes on. This looks like a power supply board. Obviously, okay, yeah, because that's where the power cord. The first disclaimer here: if you're not comfortable with working with voltages, then throw your TV away and go spend $200. But if you're comfortable with this, you were willing to take the risk of getting electrocuted, well, not electrocuted really, but shocked, then hey, give it a shot, see if you can fix your TV. I'll spend an hour on a Saturday morning and save $200, $200 an hour. I'll take that every day of the week. Anyhow, yeah, so this is where the power goes in. So this is a power supply board, right? And then we're going to take this 120 volts over here, AC, and turn it into things that TVs can use. So just giving a little look-see. I don't have an oscilloscope. Someday I'm going to buy one though. But I do have an old Radio Shack multimeter. I got a bunch of multimeters. This seems to be my go-to here. Let's see. You guys see that? Oh yeah, that's pretty good camera angle I've got going here. Okay, so I got voltage DC. Well, I mean, I could start with AC, I guess. Just be careful when you do this. If you do this, you're going to have 120 volts right here. You're going to have it. This looks like a big old bridge rectifier. This is the device that turns AC into DC. So you're going to have 120 volts right here. Some big old caps. Could even still have power on them right now. Anyhow, these look like power supplies, voltage regulators for like, I don't know, maybe 12 volts or 24 volts or whatever. So let's just check it out. Like, I'm not a TV repairman. I just know a little bit about pretty much everything. So let's see what happens. Okay, I see something here that says neutral. It could be like a DC ground too, so that could be why. So this says neutral right here. So let me just go on that and see. There we go, 125 volts. We got juice. Anyway, here's the bridge rectifier. So let's see, we should have 125 volts right here. I'm always like, like I'm going to short something out. See, look at all that hand shaking going on. We do have 125 volts, so let's see what's coming out the other side. $165 volts DC. Okay, cool. So we got bridge rectifier working. I guess we don't really long. We need to skip ahead here a little bit. Let's stay on DC and look at some of these wires here. This wire goes to this thing, which if I have to guess, I'm going to say maybe this is for the backlights because I see wires going in each direction to here. I might have guessed like display, but this looks more like a display, the actual display. And so these look like, let me guess this is probably the backlight. This thing controls the backlight. Seems like an awful lot to control backlight, but whatever. I don't make TVs. So anyhow, got a little sidetracked. So this looks like, red and black. Looks like a bunch of power wires going to this thing. This looks like some kind of control wires going to this motherboard. Like kind of weird. I got like two processors. Let's not get sidetracked. Okay, let's check for power, right? Because we got no backlight. I don't know if the TV turns on or not. It'd be nice to know which one of these was the on button. Well, let's just hit one and see. Oh, must be that one. Turned purple. And the LED light went on. So, anyhow, let me just check voltages to this. Supposedly, let me turn that light out. Supposedly you can see the backlight if it's on. I don't know if you see it through these little holes maybe, but I don't see any white light shining through anywhere. So, but the TV is staying on, it looks like. I'm guessing, because it didn't go back to red. Let's see if we can turn it off. That thing blinked. That's still, I don't know, let's check some voltages. Okay, let's just check if we got anything to the backlight. Let me read what we got here. So there, it's labeled here. I got 12 volts ground VLED. Yes, VLED. See, so this is voltage for the LEDs. Yeah, so there's 3 VLEDs, 2 grounds, which is what we have. We have 3 reds and 2 blacks. And then on this side, VLED, VLED, ground, ground, ground. Okay. Well, we only have 2 on this side, 2 reds and 2 blacks. So let's see. Oh, I saw voltage for a second there. Nothing. Got 200 millivolts, 180 millivolts. So it's nothing really. But that turned red again. So I'm going to turn the TV back on. Oh yeah, we got 16 volts. Over here on the other side. I guess I should make sure they all work. 16, 16, 16, 16, and let me just check all the grounds. I would guess that these are all tied together on the other side of the circuit board. Okay, so we got voltage coming out of that. Let's see if it's going in over here. Yeah. So we have power to the backlight, but the backlight is not lighting. Interesting. That makes me think there's something wrong with the backlight. Wish I could test the backlight somehow. Wonder if I can. Wonder what voltage it takes. Let's be careful of our voltages. Okay, but I got power here. Let's go back to following some things. So we do have our power here. 16.5 volts for the LED, VLED. Let's see if there should be some voltages on these, right? I would guess it's a backlight, right? So it's not like this where there's like each one of these is for a pixel on the screen. It should be just a light. Why is that thing going on again? That's interesting. Like it's trying to turn on, but it's not, or something. Let's just see. I mean, I'm going to guess that all of these black wires should have voltage, and maybe the first one is neutral. So let's just check it. If I can do it without shorting anything out. Nothing on there. I'm just trying to look at the traces here. I might delete some of this. It could be really boring. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to dig around here and then I'll check back if I figure out anything. Okay, so this is what I've come up with so far. I don't think this circuit board's being told to turn on from the motherboard. You got no voltage out here. Obviously, this is not. So I don't think it's the backlights. I think it's something on the motherboard, because this board has power going to it. It could turn those on, but like whatever these are, they got like some double diode symbol, like I don't know, transorb or something. I don't know what these are, but they're bolted to a big old heat sink, and they're all ice cold, like not even slightly warm. They're cold. So I don't think this circuit board is being told to turn on from the motherboard. So I checked voltages here, but with a multimeter, what are you going to get? I got 18 volts on one pin. The rest just look like millivolts, but they could be data or something. So I can't really tell from the cable, but just I don't think this thing's being told to turn on from the motherboard. So I'm going to take a chance, I think. I mean, the TV doesn't work. If this all fails, then it still goes to the landfill. But I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take this motherboard out. And I did take this board out, and the wave soldering process on this board was terrible. You can see, solder didn't flow through a ton of these joints. A ton of these pins did not get, the solder didn't flow through the holes all the way. There's like dried solder on the back, like it was almost like a cold, or there wasn't good flux or something. It was a terrible solder job. So, but this TV worked for 10 years or so. So, but I feel like there's something on the motherboard. So I'm going to take it off and see what it looks like. And there's a lot of surface mount here that could, I could take a heat gun to it, see if I get something to reflow enough to start working again. Anyhow, let me take this board off and I'll check back. Okay, so I took that motherboard out of the TV, moved the TV out of the way, and I don't really know anything about this board. I don't have schematics. I don't have I really have nothing that you need to be able to work on circuit boards. But what I do have is a heat gun. And I know all of these surface mounted parts, these BGAs, got a million little connections underneath them. Somewhere this board worked for 10 years. So somewhere there's got to be just a cold solder joint, I'm thinking. So I'm just going to heat it up with a heat gun. I'm going to take this heat sink off here for this little part too, so that it can get heated up as well. Could be this, because I feel like, these were getting hot. So these two things were crunching some numbers. They may even not have been crunching the right numbers, but they were working, But this is the cable that goes over to that backlight that's telling that backlight what to do. And I'm just wondering if this little chip here could be controlling that signal. Although looking at these traces, they're all coming from here through these resistors. Yeah, they're all coming from this chip right here. And this is the wire, this is the cable. All right, it was sitting like this. This is the cable that was coming from the backlight board. And all of its traces are going to this chip right here. I don't know what these are. These could be like some old memory chips or something, maybe. I'm going to just try heating some stuff up on this board. See if I maybe can't reflow something. It doesn't hurt to try, because right now it don't work at all. So hang on a second. Let me get ready for that. Okay, I figured I'd film this because I don't know what the heck's going to happen here. This could be really good or really bad, or I don't know, or nothing. But I'll film it. I got this heat gun. It's probably for like heat shrink or something. But it does give me a temperature here, so I can. Let me turn the. Look, it's pretty good actually. You can turn it. For electronic stuff, we don't want a whole. We just want a little bit of airflow. A little bit of airflow. It says it's 130 degrees. That says 1200 degrees. I don't think we want 1200 degrees. But let's see, it's up to 500 already. I can just go back and forth. I'm just going to put a little hot air on here. Let's see. We'll say for, I don't know, a couple minutes worth. Okay. So I just sat the board there and plugged all the wires in because, you know, if it doesn't work, then I can easily take it back out and try something else. I think I got everything plugged in. Yeah, I don't remember anything being plugged in there, and I got no wires. So, all right. So, I mean, we just try it, see what happens. I mean, I definitely feel like this wasn't being told to turn on, and it goes to that. Whatever. Didn't work before. Okay, so got that. Light goes out. All right, power. And that light goes out. Ha! Look! Can you see it? Can you see it in the camera? Can you see light coming through these? That means the backlight's on. Let me see. No signal. Volume. Inputs. Yeah, it's working. All right, so I got everything put back together the way it should. Heatsink back on. Everything bolted down. So let me just make sure it still works before I, put the back on. Hit the power button. When that turns off. Okay, whew, it still works. Can you see? Yeah, it lights up right here. You can see the backlight through there. All right, let me put the back on. Okay, hang on a second. The back is just plastic. Screw it down. Okay, here we have it. Let's try it. Hopefully it works. The light comes on. The light goes off. Aha! Got video. Let's see. This is a smart TV, I think. So let's just see. HDMI 3. No signal. Probably when you hit this. There we go. Yeah. Huh? YouTube. My network's disconnected right now, but anyhow, cool. It works, huh? Pretty awesome. Anyhow, so yeah, you can fix your TV. I saved probably $200, $300, $400, and I saved the 2 hours of driving to Best Buy or whatever to buy a new TV. So nothing but a heat gun. I don't have any specialized equipment or anything. If your Vizio TV turns on, you see that light down here, but you just get no picture, then there's a good chance you can fix yours too, just the same way. If you watch this video, you can probably even do it faster, than I did if you just go in there and do it. So anyhow, I hope somebody got some good information from this video. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Doesn't cost nothing, just a click. And yeah, give me any comments. If anybody has any comments, whatever. And that's it. Stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.